Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So I first became fascinated with viewing the moon, especially the full moon, a few years ago when I had broken up with a girl. I had argued with her about being late to get to her home. I got hung up writing a computer game. We argued, I stormed out of their place, and I was going to drive back home. But I got so lost in thought, I ended up driving to a really dark place just outside of Ellensburg. I was living in Seattle at the time, so you can imagine how lost I was. And I had a really good stargazing vantage point, and that became one of my favorite go-to places for stargazing. Now, the reason I really love the full moon of all things is that one time I had a really good experience taking photos of the full moon. I was up almost the whole night getting the full moon with the vantage of where I was, and when the next day, I can't remember what I was doing the next day, but something came up that made me think about how many years of life expectancy we all have. And when I did the calculation to see how many more full moons I can expect to see in the rest of my life, it was a shockingly small number. And I was a little bit surprised by that number. I'll let you do the calculation, because I don't want to talk about how long I expect you to live. So I'll let you do the calculation, but when you see that number, don't be surprised if you're shocked by it. Now, it gets even more shocking when it's a lesser common event, like a lunar eclipse or a conjunction. How many great conjunctions we can expect to see. I'll let you do that calculation as well. Also shocking is the idea that on the very last time in your lifetime that you view the full moon, I mean, you'll probably not even know it's your last time. Unless you're really, really terminally ill, right? You're probably not going to realize it's your last time. And what's even more shocking is that tonight when I view the full moon, there is a probability that this is my last time, right? It's probably a small number, but you know what? It might not be as small as you think it is. I'll let you look up some research on that. It's going to depend on your age and your health, obviously, but you know what? I'm not going to look up that number because I don't want to think about that anymore. But I was shocked when I thought about how many full moons I get to see in the rest of my life, and I now make it a tradition to view the full moon, even if I have to travel a little bit to go see it. Here in Phoenix, you normally don't have to, but back in Seattle, I used to routinely go somewhere just to take a few good photos of the full moon. I had a lot of time on my hands back then as well.